Mary Jackson, petition to attend Hampton High School.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Jackson. Ms. Jackson, you are aware that Hampton High School is an all-white school, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I am aware of that.
Well, being that Virginia is still a segregated state, regardless of what the federal government says, and regardless of what the Supreme Court says, our law is the law.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe there is special circumstances to be considered.
Ms. Jackson, what would warrant a colored woman to attend an all-white school?
May I approach your verdict, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, you of all people should understand the importance of being first.
How's that, Ms. Jackson?
Where you were the first in your family to serve in the Armed Forces, U.S. Navy, the first to attend University, George Mason, and the first state judge to be recommissioned by three consecutive governors.
You've done your research.
Yes, sir.
So what's the point?
The point is, Your Honor, no Negro woman in the state of Virginia has ever attended an all-white school. It is unheard of.
Yes, it is unheard of.
And before Alan Shepard sat on top of a rocket, no other American have ever touched space. And now he will be forever remembered as the U.S. Navy man from New Hampshire. The first to touch the stars, and sir, I plan on being an engineer at NASA, but I can't do that without taking them classes at the all-white school. And I can't change the color of my skin, so I have no choice but to be the first, which I can do without you, sir. Your Honor, out of all the cases you're going to hear today, which one is going to matter 100 years from now? Which one is going to make you first?
All right, Ms. Jackson, you have persuaded me. You are permitted to only take the night classes. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right.
NC. And I have to do the explanation. Wow.
This scene represents social class revolt and the status of women because Mary is a black woman, and back then no black women or men would dare ask to go to an all-white high school. They put people of other races in another social class because of what happened in the past.
Where in the world have you been? Everywhere I look, you're never where I need you to be. And it's not just in my imagination. Where in the world are you? To the bathroom? You went to the dang bathroom? 40 times a day? I need you. We're T-0. Well, I have a lot of faith in you.
There's no bathroom here for me.
What do you mean there's no bathroom here for you?
There's no bathroom for me. There's no colored bathroom in this building or any building on the West Campus, which is half a mile away. Did you know that, Mr. Harrison? I have to walk from Timbuktu just to relieve myself, and I can't use one of the bikes. Picture that, Mr. Harrison. My uniform, my skirt, below my knees, my heels, and a simple string of pearls. Well, I don't wear pearls, because y'all don't pay colors enough to get pearls, and I hate you so much. I was like,
This scene is historically accurate. No colored person was allowed to use the white bathrooms, even if it meant missing work or walking countless miles. This scene displays discrimination. Catherine was yelled at for going to use the bathroom, but her response changed the way others looked at her and other women like her. It doesn't have any Hollywood and is truly historical.
Me? Temporarily, yes. We need the IBM for Glenn's launch. The lead engineer says you're good with cards programs.
What about the girls?
Well, human computers can calculate an orbital flight in the time we have now. They will stay put for now.
What about after now?
After Glenn's launch, NASA's dissolving the computer loops.
I'm not accepting reassignment unless I bring my ladies with me.
Excuse me?
You're gonna need a lot of manpower to power that beast. I can't do it alone. My gals are ready. They can do the work.
This clip shows labor systems, social class, and the status of women. In the movie, the African Americans had to use separate computers. The conditions were terrible and they always got the white people's leftovers. If they were not black, they would have not been treated the way that they were. It also shows that women were starting to be able to play a big role in the launch, because before that it was just men doing the important things. In real life, Vivian was not a real person. She was used to represent and enhance the way they showed how they treat people of color. Although this scene is historical, it does have Hollywood in it. Vivian was not a real character, she was just created to show the racial contrast that was going on during that time.
So we have the vehicle's speed, the launch window, and for argument's sake, the landing zone is the Bahamas. Should be enough to figure the go, no go?
Yeah, in theory, sir.
We need to be past theory at this point.
We'll be able to calculate a go, no go with that information.
When exactly is that gonna happen?
Catherine? Have a go at it?
The goal point for re-entry is 2,990 miles from where we want Colonel Glenn to land. If we assume that's the Bahamas, 544 miles per hour of 46.56 degrees, 2,990 miles. Okay, so that puts your landing zone at 5.0667 degrees north, 77.3333 degrees west, which is here. Give or take 20 square miles.
I like her numbers.
In this scene, the men didn't think that Catherine had what it took to find out the coordinates. When she tried, she amazed them, and that sent out a very powerful message. Most men thought that they were better than women in every way, but Catherine clearly showed them that women can be just as smart as any man. When Catherine drank from the coffee pot, all the white men started to look at her. She knew that she was doing something that others wouldn't approve of, but continued to do it and proved to everyone that her drinking from that pot is not going to affect any white person. Everyone had kind of created social classes based on skin color, but she felt that she was just as good as any white person.
Seaboard. Colonel Glenn is just beginning his third orbit, 3/4 of the way across the African continent. We see he's currently over Zanzibar, which is the next tracking station coming up. Thankfully, the Friendship 7 capsule is...
New assignment came down the pike. Always changing around here. It's hard to keep up. Seems like they're gonna need a permanent team to feed that IBM.
How big of a team?
30 to start.
Thank you for the information, Mrs. Mitchell.
You're quite welcome, Mrs. Vaughn.
The quote, "To tell a woman everything she cannot do is telling her what she can," is very powerful because during this time women were put down, especially black women. Catherine, Mary, and Dorothy saw what it was like to be mistreated and pushed aside, but this quote supports women and tells people everywhere that someone's mistake can help a woman discover who she really is. Harriet Beecher Stowe once said, "Women are the real architects of society," and that is very true. Her words were powerful because without women, the world would be nothing. Women are extremely brilliant and deserve to be given the chances that men would have received. In the movie, Mary Jackson said, "Every time we get a chance to get ahead, they move the finish line. Every time." She is pointing out that every time black women try to move ahead, life gets harder. The world made it harder for women and blacks to move up the social ladder, but with hard work and determination, they finally got their chance. In the movie, Al Harrison said, "Here at NASA, we all pee the same color." He eventually came to his senses and realized that everyone is the same no matter what color their skin is. In the end, he supported the black women that worked for NASA and helped desegregate the company.
Mary Jackson petitioned to attend Hampton High School.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Jackson.
Mary Jackson, permission to, oh my gosh, I forgot.
Where in the world have you been? Everywhere I look, you're never where I need you to be. And it's not just in my imagination. Where do you go?
To the bathroom, sir.
To the bathroom? To the dang bathroom? 40 times a day? I put a lot of faith in you. And it's T-0. Now, what do you do in the bathroom? Why are you always in the bathroom?
There is no bathroom here for me.
What do you mean there's no bathroom here for you?
There is no bathroom here for me. There is no bathroom for coloreds. In this building or any building. Outside this campus, yeah, that's just like awkward because yeah.
This scene represents social class revolt and the status of women because Mary is a black woman, and back then no black women or men would have asked to go to an all-white high school. No, keep going in my pants. Okay, they put people of other races in another social class because of what happened in their past. In the past.
Oh, dos, tres.
And the role of best white male goes to Bryant Hobbs.
Oh, thank you. Well, I accept this award on behalf of everyone who's ever inspired me in my life, all of my students, and certainly Mr. Amoroso for giving me the opportunity to come down to his room and film this, and all these lovely ladies for spontaneously asking me to do so. I just want to say this one's for the fans. Thank you. Thank you.
One, two, three, action. This scene represents social class revolt and the status of women because Mary is a black woman. And back then, no black women or men would dare to ask to go to an all-white school. They put people of other race in other social classes because of what happened in the past.
Well, human computers can calculate a normal flight and the time we have. They will stay put for now.
Me?
Temporarily, yes. We need the IBM for Glenn's launch. The lead engineer said you're good with the cards, programming, and such.
What about the barrels?
Well, human computers can calculate a... It's not working.
Jackson petitioned to attend courses at Hampton High School.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hampton High School is a white school, Mrs. Jackson.
Yes, Your Honor, I am aware of that.
Virginia, still a segregated state, regardless of what the federal government says. The Supreme Court says, our law is the law.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe there is a special circumstance to be considered.
What could warrant a colored woman to attend a white school?
May I approach your bench, sir? Your Honor, you of all people should understand the importance of being first.
How's that, Mr. Jackson?
Well, you are the first in your family to serve in the armed forces, the U.S. and Navy, the first to attend university, George Mason, and the first to the first state judge to be recommissioned by 3 consecutive governors.
Seems like you've done some research.
Yes, sir.
So what's the point?
The point is, Your Honor, no Negro women in the state of Georgia has ever attended a all-white school. It's unheard of.
Yes, it is unheard of.
And before Alan Shepard sat on top of a rocket, no other American have ever touched space. And now you would forever be remembered as the U.S. Navy men from New Hampshire. The first to touch star.
Okay, holding.
Yeah.
So close to the face. And I would like to present this award to best non-racist who played an almost racist judge, Trevor Barrett.
It's an honor to accept this award, Ms. Jackson, and others in part. Thank you for your due diligence.
In this scene, the men didn't think that Catherine, what's her name? Dorothy was completely surprised when Vivian handed her the note, but when she learned what it said, she was shook. She never thought that a black woman would become a supervisor. The new technology allowed the team to... I just want to get it right.